Welcome to the Reds We See. I'm Dan. That's Corey. Week 1, DC United versus Toronto FC. A loss 3-2.
Tough loss.
Everyone was saying DC United's the worst team in the league, but obviously, week 1 doesn't seem that way.
No.
First goal, 13th minute.
Same old song and dance.
No, I was like, here we go. Here we go again. I've seen this movie. I didn't like it.
No.
And yet, here I am, watching it again.
The sequel.
No. If only it was the sequel. Everyone goes to see the sequel. No, I'm on version 3, 4. Like, come on. This is getting to be such a bad habit, and I just do not like it.
No.
But in saying that, there was some goodness in that game.
There were some positive takeaways. I think so.
Go ahead.
You have to look past the first half though. First half was not Toronto's game. Definitely not.
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing of the first half is simple. Not the biggest. The biggest two things. We got scored on early. Check. We're used to that.
Yep.
And our star player got injured. Check. We're used to that.
Yeah.
Insigne's out. How long is he out for?
So here's hoping that it was he's a veteran, right? So hopefully he felt something early and said, you know what, maybe I should call it before it gets bad at the beginning of the season. You know, one game versus many. But now we're hearing that he wasn't training. We're hearing he wasn't training and it was a lower leg injury. What was that? What was he talking about there?
Yeah. I heard that it was lower leg.
Lower leg.
So I don't know. He arrived with a calf issue. Well, minus broken bones, I don't know much else about. Well, I mean, you could be ankle. What did he have a calf or an ankle issue last season? I think it was one of the two. But either way, it was an issue.
Lower leg issue.
And it was lower leg. Right.
But there it is again, right? The Toronto legacy continues, right? The year of the leg injury is not over with. We're back right where we began. You know, we've had issues with players in the past playing for a game, injuring their leg, out for 4, come back for a game, out for 3, 4, 5, whatever the case may be. Hopefully it's a trend we're leaving behind.
I hope so. But for me, minus the fact that he's out, this is why I wanted our third DP signed before the season started. We were promised to have everyone in
all hands on deck
for part 2 of the preseason. Well, if we don't have a third DP, we didn't have everybody in. And every time you lose a DP in this league, and I don't know, we might not have lost them. You know, he might have a week off, and that's that. And
we'll see how he plays out.
You know, and Bob's your uncle or your manager.
Yeah, or your dad.
You know, and that's the way it goes.
But him going down that early definitely exposed the lack of depth, I think.
Yeah, you said he's a veteran, and hopefully he came off knowing he's about to do something even worse. But on the flip side, he's a veteran, which means he's aging.
Yeah. Well.
So it could be even worse. Here's the thing: we don't know.
No.
And you know, being a fan of this team, we usually don't know because they don't ever put anything out.
No. Very tight-lipped.
It is, but it'd be nice to, you know, hear about
a little more
something
of what's going on. Yeah.
Oh. All right, second half. We're down 1-0 to start the half, and I thoroughly enjoyed the second half up until the 90th minute.
Well, let's just so you kind of skipped the whole second half there, but
well, no, I'm just telling you how long I enjoyed it for.
It was definitely Toronto's ball that time around. That second 45, Toronto, we had possession. It was our ball. We played in DC's end. Yeah, there was still a couple things that maybe didn't go our way. Uncle Ted
Oh,
Uncle Ted.
yeah, I won't know. Yeah.
You know what? I think it was almost a unanimous decision. That should have been a red.
Well, I don't know. Studs up, right at someone's shin/ankle. Word is on the street that's an instant red card.
Yeah.
Uncle Ted didn't even go to VAR.
No.
Now, did VAR not have enough cameras? Because he was doing a bit of chit-chatting, I think.
It looked like he was talking and discussing, but that could have been no, I'm right, and back off.
Yeah, if that's, you see, we'll never know. But
No.
if that's the case about VAR,
There was the other case. Diomande scored, and they allowed him to play through, and then it wasn't until after he put the ball in the net that that was offside.
Yeah, but that wasn't VAR. That's the stupid delayed offside rule, which will get a player on every team in the MLS injured once
Which
a
is a
season, and it's
byproduct.
stupid.
It's a byproduct
Yeah.
of the VAR.
But for me, VAR now. Again, we won't know if it was VAR telling Ted,
Play on.
yeah, we don't have enough because the replays we saw, one of the players' heads got in the way right at the time of studs up in contact, and that could be the same for what is happening
it wasn't
up.
enough to overturn.
Yeah, but if it on the flip side, if it's the ref saying no, I've called it. I don't care what you've seen. And this is something that always makes me wonder about it because even when a ref goes to VAR and checks it, that ref has the final say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. If somebody else has watched it up on a screen and has seen that, hey, ref, you made a mistake, they're not telling the ref unless they think it's a mistake.
Yep.
And the ref then gets to turn around and say, I watched it a couple times and
I'm gonna stick with my.
it's too open. I wish that the VAR ref had to say on the calls that they've put it for PKs, for red cards. There are stipulations in that and stuff like that here and there. But I wish they would put it, like if the fifth official, the VAR official has put it down to, no, that was wrong. This is what it is. Then it should go to that. It shouldn't be given back to the ref as a choice.
Right.
Anyway, we did get the card. He got a yellow, and I don't know what he got a yellow for, because if it wasn't studs up, what did he get a yellow for?
Yeah. Right. So.
Anyway, the positive. Richie being Richie. I mean, there's some things you can just count on watching a TFC game. Richie is going to draw a penalty.
He's gonna do his best to try. We'll say that he saw a inexperienced defender and he went for it.
Yeah, and he's good at that. That's what he does. And normally, when they don't take him down, he sets up and/or scores a goal.
Yeah. He either has that nice final touch across the box, or he can put it in himself. And in this case, he got taken down to the spot, and Bernie made sure that he finished it off.
Yeah, well, I think Bernie's liking the PK spot. He's come over to North America, and he put that in with such ease. Had the goal. I mean, I feel for any goalkeeper, period, when it comes to PKs of any sort, because it is a guessing game. But keeper was beaten right down the middle. That's gotta hurt a keeper.
A little bit.
That's a player saying, "Gotcha."
Yeah.
Like,
Gonna have a little fun here.
Right?
So
talking Bernie then. As always, he's looking good.
oh, he is. He's got that touch from the wing there, and it's too bad Insigne didn't have that. I mean, he got a hold of it. It was nice. He was where he needed to be, but he just didn't have that final little touch.
In the first half.
First
yes, first couple minutes, few minutes.
Yeah. And then Io again, same thing, a beauty pass from Bernie, and he kind of tripped over his own feet on that one, but nonetheless, Bernie is bringing his game again, and it's good to see.
He had that free kick that could have been, almost was, not could have been, almost was. There is no almost. It either goes in or it doesn't. But second goal for him in the second half. But it was great to see Kay.
Right.
Right spot, right time, which is what the game's all about.
Right.
And put it in there. You know, not so much fun watching him cramp instead of celebrate, but
His first goal for the Reds.
yes, yeah, his very first, and I'm hoping it's also at least for TFC fans, and even more so for him, is the monkey off the back. I've done it. I got the first goal. You know, let's get 6 or 7 out of him this season, and take some control and be, you know, more instrumental in the midfield. You know, he's not injured.
No. See the K that we
signed.
That
Yeah.
we thought we were getting when we picked him up, right?
That cost us some. That cost us some money. So yeah, I definitely want to see it, and I'm happy for him. I heard his family was there, the wife and other family members. So that's kind of cool.
Good to celebrate with them, right?
Well, after the cramp.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Right.
Anybody who either hurts themselves or cramps after scoring a goal, like, woo,
Be gentle.
It can't be fun, you know.
No, takes away the celebration for sure. Maybe that's the new thing.
All right, so we're up 2-1. Wow. In the first half, at halftime, I was having a few beverages, and I was like, here we go. I can't stand this shit, you know? And second half, wow, we're up 2-1. We're away. We've lost our star player, and we're still up. All right.
Let's see this through.
Worst case scenario, let's get a draw.
Yes. 1 point at least.
Something, anything from the road, right? You want anything from the road that you can get. So it comes back to what we did touch on: zero depth.
Yeah. Why is that? They didn't. There was one other substitution they made in that second half.
Yeah. So there was the forced sub to bring on Akinola, who I was actually impressed with seeing. I mean, yeah, he did his nosedive and stuff like. But he got himself into some good places, and he looked better than I've seen him since the injury.
Yeah, he still has that mindset there, and that's going to help him huge, I think. So it'll be good to see him get more minutes, and with more minutes, going to come more experience, and maybe he'll be able to use his awareness to get him, get him to be the one who gets to choose whether he's going to cramp after a goal or not, right? Not be the one that stretches him out.
Right, and that's exactly it. But then we used one other sub the whole game. We're trying to get a win. Worst case scenario,
trying to lock
a
in
draw.
some points.
Yes, we want the points, and we're not the youngest team in the league.
No.
We might have been last year with all the young bloodletting we did to too many young gents, but I know it scares me. I mean, we didn't even get. Here's the kicker: we signed an old man who is a TFC legend, but he didn't even travel with the team because I think he's hurt.
Yeah.
So we didn't even get to see Vasquez on the bench, who would come in as a great sub, as an example. That's just one.
Right.
But we used one sub, and it's the first game of the season not what. It doesn't matter how good preseason went. Not everyone's up to par and ready to go right off the bat on the first game.
No.
So then, why are we not using our subs? It's a long ass season, and now we're tiring out our best right off the bat.
Right off the bat, right? The first 90. So with Insigne down, that definitely shows to the depth. There was not a whole lot to replace him with.
Yeah.
And so when it comes down to substitutions to try and lock in that game, and there was one and done, see you later. And look what happened. What did DC do, right?
Well, DC made subs.
Yeah.
And there was energy. And when what you said, what did they do? Well, they scored 2 goals. And we lost. I don't know. I'm bitter. This team raised the prices quite a bit this season to be a season seat holder. And after 2 extremely shitty years,
right?
I want all the positive. I want to think positive. I'm a TFC fan till I die, the way it's supposed to be. But get your shit together. We don't have a third DP.
No.
Why? We have no depth. Why?
Right.
But you're going to raise the prices. Why? Like,
It,
enough.
right? So, well, that second half did shine a light, right? So there was a little bit of positive there to look forward to. Hopefully they tighten that up a little bit.
Oh, I think there was a lot of positive. There was. We're just angry about. I'm angry about the loss. But you're right. There's positives there. I still think. All right, and I'll call it now. You know, before the second match, I think that we're top 3 in the East by the end of the season.
You heard that for your first.
And that's how, you know what, I'm going to end the show like that. I'm top 3. I'm even going to aim higher and say top 3 because no one's going to aim higher than that. That's
No.
just. But I have hopes and bring in the third DP. Get some fucking depth. Don't like using that word. Well, I do, but not in public.
Depth?
Often. Depth, yes. And let's get it done. Like, on paper, if we can stay injury free,
We got the team, right? we
I-
have a team to beat on paper.
but it's more than just 11 players.
That's it.
And that's the key. So we'll see you for week 2.
Yes, this Saturday.
All
There
right.
we go.
Come on, you
Let's
Reds.
go. Come on, you Reds.